hello guys, we're into the 5th week of the UBL where we're up against Rewt and his NJ Brobats for a matchup that, as you can see, is it's pretty intimidating. But as always, we'll be going quickly over the team that I'm bringing, and you can see, to start out with, actually you get a pretty good guess because it's the bottom screen, but present like you're surprised at least. We start out with this little thing here, this Victini. Quiet nature. Serious speed IVs, it'll be interesting with weakness policy. Having blue flare, energy ball, hidden power, ice yes, and trick room. You'll see what happens. We can take a short talk afterwards. Then we have Diancie. Why are these two like right next to each other? That's fine. Sunfrex, Moonblast, Earth Power, and Trick Room again. Can't sim deal exactly that this thing, like Victini, is pretty offensive, not fully, but pretty offensive. This thing is like specially defensive. This is just like this thing is bulky. Then we have Pidgeot as always, because Pidgeot is a nice bird, good burp. Hurricane, Hidden Power, Steel, Roost, and Work Up, because if we get in something against something like the Milotic, we can click Work Up. If we predict a switch and he doesn't have anything that's faster than Fred and such, we can click Work Up against something like Shaman. Then Hidden Power Steel, of course, to hit the Diancie. It has a chance like from where we're at, because this Pidgeot is pretty bulky, but it still has a chance to one-shot Diancie. I think it's like 25% or so. So yes. We have Rotom Rush, which has enough speed to outspeed a non-invested? No, a fully speed invested Nidoqueen. Yeah, a full speed invested modest Nidoqueen. Because we can do a lot with Hydro Pump. He luckily doesn't get Energy Ball. Volswitch, Hydro Pump, Hidden Power Ice, mostly to hit the Garchomp. And then Defog, because rocks could be unpleasant, and we do not want to deal with those, maybe. Maybe, we'll see. Most likely not. Then we go into Heracross, Mega Cebu, woo! Close Combat, Earthquake, Facade, Source Dance. This thing is why we have Trick Room. Because this thing, it can, if it gets under the right condition, it can destroy souls. And the IVs are enough so that under Trick Room we outspeed a non-invested Scizor, but we are also outside Trick Room faster than a slightly invested Incineroar. So it's slightly fancy, and hopefully can put in a lot of work. Then lastly we have Katana, to Scarf, because it outspeeds things like Swallow, and it just like it threatens both Milotic and Blastoise and Diancie a lot. And it's generally just like it's something that can like maybe sweep late game in case the Trick Room doesn't work out. Then hopefully this thing can come in and save the day. But yeah, that's the team, very shortly presented. Yeah, of course, like it's different than the two last weeks. The two last week, like we've been bulky. This time, as you might notice, there's no rest. So this little offensive team here, it'll be interesting. But I will be back when we're about to jump into the battle. So until then, sit tight. Okay, so two things happened. One, we were originally doing this Wednesday, and we just could not get the battle done. Like it disconnected, like between turn 3 and 4 the first time, and when we tried to recreate it, we didn't get that far. So we postponed this to Tuesday, and we could not get the Wi-Fi to work, so we did it on Showdown. So this battle is basically two things which I normally don't like, but we have to deal with this week. It's on Showdown, and it is post-narrated, but I'll do what I can to make it as entertaining as possible while doing this. And okay, so second time's the charm. I don't know what happened, why it was so fast, but now we actually have it slow. So I decided to leave Pidgeot because like in general, like it had a okay matchup, like it could pressure everything, and I was kind of hoping for the Shaman to lead, but as you can see, it didn't. Instead, Nidoqueen did, and I was like, I don't want Pidgeot to take an Ice Beam, so go into Diancie, can kind of scout of what he's going to do, and he's Super Thanks, which was super unfortunate. Then I was like, okay, I need something to pressure this thing. I don't feel like Dance is pressuring it enough. So I went out into Rotom, because first of all, he could have Earth Power. That was kind of what I was predicting, the Earth Power. So I went into Rotom, and instead what happens is that he just Super Thanks. I was like, okay, he's most likely going to switch in the Shaman, but I did not feel comfortable ball switching in the face of a Nidoqueen. So I just Hydro Pumped, and as he goes into Shaman. But the good thing is that we can see up from the damage that we do in a moment that
he's actually an offensive shaman. So then we had the option to go into Pidgeot, because like this thing, like Seaflare is not a guaranteed 2-shot against Pidgeot. So go into Pidgeot, put on a bit of pressure, as he, of course, goes for a Tailwind, which I did not expect, but he did. Which definitely put some pressure on. And he, of course, he goes into Incineroar, which is most likely Assault, which, as we see now, is Assault Mist. Because we do not do a lot of damage, let's say like that, but we do snag a Confusion. And then I was like, he can bulb us with Flare Blitz, so I go into Rotom because like it's kind of safe play, but as it happens, he just goes for a knockoff. Which of course, like, unfortunately losing the leftovers, but still we good. And again, like, I go for Hydro Pump as he tried to U-turn, I later found out, and hits himself, which is of course unfortunate, but I mean, it's nice for us, and I'm not complaining. So the time was speeded out, we save again, kinda. And he chose to save this thing and go into the Shaman. So we get this thing chipped down, it's in super low to the point where like it can't switch in to a move at this point. As I choose to switch out the Rotom again for the Pidgeot, because again, it's pretty safe. And this time he goes for the Seaflare instead. Which, as we can see, do a lot, and we find out that he's Life Orb. And again, like, I'm just clicking Hurricane at this point, because we hit anything. So we also get to scout a bit on this Nidoqueen here with the damage output, which again, it's not a lot. Both very specifically bulky. So I got into Rotom because like we are most likely eating an Ice Beam or Super Fang, and like Rotom was already so whittled down that it was kind of like iffy, and he just goes for the Ice Beam. And here I was stupid, I predicted the Shaman to come in, and it didn't. So we got a very useless boss result instead of going for a nice Hydro Bomb, as Rotom then goes down. But then I was like looking at this thing, because this thing is not offensive. I mean, it's like, at least still does damage. But I got into Victini because this thing cannot take us out with an Earth Power. And I was thinking that like we could Trick Room as he goes into the Incineroar to kind of begin to put on some pressure, because like in this first part, he had, of course, he dominated the battle completely. So I was kind of thinking like maybe I can use this to my advantage, but we don't really. I don't really want to keep Victini healthy, so I went into Diancie instead. As he just goes for a knockoff, understandable, doesn't do a lot to Diancie, of course. And here, it gets fun, because I clicked Earth Power as he goes into Shaman. He read me like a book, let's say it like that. He read me like a book. But you know, we chip things, we get a special defense drop. That put on pressure, because that Moonblast could / should take him out. So he just goes into this thing to eat a Moonblast. And this thing, you know, eats Moonblast for breakfast. Got a special attack drop, which, I mean, you don't complain about, but kind of useless. And then he reads me like a book again, because I go for the Earth Power and he goes into this thing. So basically a very wasted Trick Room. So at this point, like, we are kind of looking bad, but this thing, Swallow, like, I know it got Steel Wing, and I was thinking that could have Steel Wing. So I look at it and I go into Katana, which, had he been special, would have been super risky. But as it turns out, he just goes for Steel Wing. And here we are pressuring him out. Like, I don't remember if he went into Shaman on Incineroar. But I switch out. I make a double into Diancie. Because in case, no, he didn't switch out, that's true. So we could actually take this thing down, but we didn't. Instead we see that it actually has Heat Wave for Katana. Which, I mean, nice. And at this point, I'm just like, I'm into Diancie so low in health, and I didn't feel like I could switch anything out into this, so I just stay in, and he goes for a U-turn, which is bloody perfect, because he predicted me to switch. And he goes into this thing. As I believe I set up a Trick Room again. No, I just Moonblasted, which was a good thing. I did not set up a Trick Room. That's true. I just Moonblasted, because now this thing is so low that it can do nothing, and he takes Diancie out with an Iron Head. And I should probably actually pause real quick, because I have not managed this at all. Okay, where's the Diancie? Diancie, where are you? You're there. Okay, these two are gone. Yeah, these two are the only ones that are gone. We can play again. I'll try to do it well. But now we get into Katana, and the good thing is, like, Katana Leaf Blade takes this thing out, and it also two-shots this thing. Here, of course, like, he plays it well. We go for Leaf Blade, and he chooses to go into this interval to get the Intimidator off, to make sure that this thing does not sweep right now. But in the process, we get to take out the Incineroar, at least. So that thing gets bopped. And we're beginning to gain a little bit more momentum that we kind of been lacking the whole battle this far. And of course, get the attack elimination gone, but he goes into Swallow, and the problem is Leaf Blade from the Uso Katana does not take it out. So I've been a +1, it would have been another story, but we're not. So I go into Victini because I was predicting the Heat Wave to come, and it did, and it missed. Not that that actually mattered at all, but now I set up a Trick Room because the thing that threatened Heracross that prevented me from like fully utilizing the Trick Room was the fact that Incineroar would, under speed, like it would be faster in Trick Room than Heracross. And Victini was bulky, so like I knew that we could not be taken out by this thing. So it just goes for Trick Room. And now, it's nice, we just click Blue Flare. And something pops, basically. And that the thing that pops is the Shaman. In a moment, I removed it, but it gets popped, basically, by this Blue Flare. As we see what he goes into something. I don't remember what. He goes into the Dancey, and at this point, like, Victini had the, what's it called, weakness policy, and of course, like, it didn't get props, so we can't take it out in one shot, but we can do a hell of a lot, as we do with this Moon, no, not Moon Blast, Energy Ball. And we just, you know, we died to Earth Power. But the good thing is that that leads us into being able to get in this little bugger, which is Heracross. And basically just put on so much pressure because like this thing destroys. Like now we pop Nidoqueen with an Earthquake. That thing's gone. Absolutely dead. And we get the burn. That's also a good thing. We actually get the burn at this point. So now, I mean, things will be dropping, guys. Things will be dropping. And Heracross will do well in its debut to the team. Because this thing comes in. And like, Close Combat is not a guaranteed hit KO, but it's a darn good chance. And it actually does. And the good thing was he would not be able to take us out in return. I mean, it would be a bit annoying because like we would lose the Trick Room and such, but we're still good. We're still good. So we still have one touch. No, we are outside of Trick Room. And he goes into the Dancey. And I understand his play here 100%. He needed to do this to win. But my play at this point is just like Katana can come in and sweep at this point. So it was just to like stay in and click and move as he rock polishes. So we also popped the Mega Dancey with the Close Combat. So now it's just Swallow. And Swallow against the world is where it begins to get tough. Of course, like, because I've already shown the Katana's faster, like when I switched it out, like it was faster than the Swallow, so, no, actually I didn't, so he didn't actually know. But he goes into this, and he, of course, like, he easily revenge kills Heracross. But that means that I can go into my little, Scarf Katana. And basically, just click one move to finish this off. As you'll see, because Smart Strike at this point, it's guaranteed KO, baby. So we do that, we pop the Swallow, and that actually ends up being the end of the match. A lot faster than when you do them live, but I hope I somehow managed to like make this kind of entertainment, even though it's on Showdown and it's post-commentary, but we tried. So we're now 3-2, so we're going the right way, definitely. So nice. And I was happy that I got to play Rewt, because like this guy's the reason why I'm even in draft leagues to begin with. So it's nice to get to battle him, and I'm just glad that it went as well as it did, even though I kind of messed up slightly in the early game. Which, I mean, I usually do the opposite, so, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Probably can't be good at all, but that's it for this week, so hopefully we can continue with this winning streak next week. We'll see, hopefully. But thank you guys for watching, and until next time, keep it cool. Bye!